Welcome to the Pregnant Bitches podcast.
I'm Jessie.
And I'm Amanda.
And we're just a couple pregnant bitches navigating motherhood together. Welcome back to the Pregnant Bitches podcast, everybody. Today is going to be a little bit different of an episode. Well, not different, but we wanted to shoot the shit. Update you on our life. And then we also thought we'd update you on how our holiday trips went.
Yeah, we're going to give you the whole
vacation.
Vacation.
In quotations. It's not really vacation.
Definitely not a vacation.
Work in another city.
That's exactly what it was. So we're going to jump right into it. And I was excited because I didn't call Jessie yesterday because I wanted to update her on things. And I thought it'd be way funnier.
Live.
So
I have no idea what you're about to tell me.
Arlo is almost potty trained.
Okay, but let's just give context.
Okay.
Arlo and Ziggy are both 3.5. These are our older sons.
Yeah.
So they're turning 4 this summer. So they are 3.5. They can speak. Her son literally can speak Mandarin.
And he's swimming like a champ.
Like he's a teenager.
And he started skating, but he decides not to fucking shit in the fucking toilet.
He poos in diapers still.
Yeah.
You clean adult shit in diapers.
Clean adult shit in diapers. It's absolutely disgusting. Trauma. That's trauma. That's absolute trauma. And I basically scared the shit out of him. And we could talk about how we're sending our kids to camp this summer.
Oh, yeah. And you can't if he's not potty trained.
And you cannot if he's potty trained. And what the fuck am I going to do with him for 2 months at home? It's not happening.
No.
It's not happening.
It's also not nice for him to sit at home. Like, you want him to go to camp.
No, he's going to camp. But I'm so silly because I didn't think he's a really smart kid.
Yeah.
So I didn't think in my head 3 months ago, I could have said, if you don't listen and poo in the toilet, you're going back to the baby class.
That's scary to him.
You're not going to see your friends because all your friends are pooing and peeing in the potty, toilet, whatever you want to call it. And he looked at me, he goes, I'm going to do it.
That's all it took?
That's all it took, Jessie. That's all it took. Me telling him he's not going back to his friends at school, that he's going back to the baby class. And he didn't want to be with his brother because that's where he'd be going.
And tell us what other strategies you tried that didn't work.
I did every single strategy you can find on Google. You can find on all these fucking moms who are doing 3-day potty training, whatever.
None of it worked.
I did the staying at home naked. I did the putting him in the underwear. I did everything.
Didn't he shit on your couch one time?
He shit on my couch. He shit on my carpet. He didn't give a fuck. He knows exactly what he's doing because he was peeing in the toilet. He just refused to shit in the toilet.
And you never understood why.
And he never gave me a reason, nothing, until I scared the fucking shit out of him and told him that he's going to Ace's class, which kind of concerning. Why don't you want to be with your brother all day? But that's fine. Didn't want to go.
You did psychological warfare
I
on
literally
him.
was like, it's happening this weekend. It's done. And Arlo pooed in the toilet and there were no accidents this weekend. And I emailed the teachers this morning. I'm like, don't send him home if he has an accident. He's your problem now. He's your problem. You're with him longer than I am.
Deal with it.
You have to push him to go to the toilet. His friends go to the toilet. You got to push him.
Wow.
So if there's anyone listening to this where your kids are over the age of 3, 3.5, almost 4.
Yes.
It's a real thing. Gotta just scare them a little bit. I don't know.
I think that's what I was saying to you before. I'm like, he's a smart kid. There must be something that you can play on. If you're going to take away the show or the candy or the whatever, it's smart what you did.
Yeah.
Apparently, also, I wasn't with Josh this weekend.
Yeah,
but
he called Josh. He was so excited to tell Josh. He was
Josh scared the shit out of him, too.
Josh scared him at Taekwondo. Everyone scared him already. He was like, okay, I'm going to call Uncle Josh and tell him. Heartbreak.
Really cute.
Heartbreak.
That's really cute.
I know. So we'll update you next week when we find out if it's continued.
Oh, my God.
But finally, 3.5 years later, I have one child who is out.
I actually can't believe it because we've been out of diapers for Ziggy for almost a year now.
Yeah.
He got potty trained this time at 2.5.
No, I was still changing 2 diapers. And Ace now wants to do it because he's seeing his older brother.
Well, hopefully you'll get
Ace
the gift.
sat on the potty and didn't understand that he has to push his dick down.
So
I got peed on again. I was like, I'm not ready for you right now. I'm not, you know what? I just did one. I'm definitely not ready for you right now.
I actually don't understand. They at school would make Ziggy sit on the potty to pee. I'm like, boys pee standing up.
Yeah,
they teach
them at school to sit.
Why?
They can't sit. Their dicks aren't big enough. Where is it going?
Up. In your face.
In your face.
And then every day they send me home.
They don't have the flexibility of pushing it down.
It's not heavy and hanging down.
Yeah, no. Boys
No.
should definitely stand to
And
be.
then they would send me home every day. Oh, he had an accident. I'm like, no, he didn't. His socks are wet. So
Yeah.
you're telling me he sat there and peed on his feet.
Yes.
Stand up.
Stand up.
The
Yeah, I don't
second
know
he started
why.
standing up, it was nothing.
Yeah.
Right in, aiming.
They have to
great.
aim. So that's update number 1.
Update number 2 was that we went to Kygo.
We made it to Kygo.
Finally.
We made it to Kygo. Almost didn't make it because
Yes.
they sent us for like a mile run
Oh my God, that was brutal.
around and
That
we
was
left all
actually
our
brutal.
friends and we just bolted because we were like, we're not missing it. But it was amazing.
But the best story was they didn't check everybody's purses and bags.
Yeah.
And we were with me and Amanda and 2 other moms, and then one girl that wasn't a mom.
Yeah.
And for Amanda, did they check you?
No, I literally am standing with one of our girlfriends and I'm wearing this like heavier jacket. I thought I looked good. I think I look good. Like I like put makeup on, like I put myself together. He looked at me, he was like, open up your jacket. I was like, okay, opens it up. He's like, hey, you're good to go. No purse check, no nothing. He's like,
Didn't want to touch your saggy boobs.
She's a fucking mom. Like, I'm
Don't
not
touch your
dealing-
boobs.
Don't touch my boobs. You're good to go. Done.
Didn't even ask to open my jacket. I didn't even get
Jessie
that
just
far.
got a straight walk through.
But our hot friend that hasn't had kids, they're like, oh, no.
We need to pat you down, check your purse. We got to do all of it. We're like, okay, yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
And we're like,
so
okay,
if
great.
you're a mom, you may just be able to just like walk right through, clearly.
This is one perk of being a mom.
The one time you like don't want to get checked.
It's like when you get older and you're like, can you card me?
Literally. Can you please
Can
touch
you
my
please
boobs?
feel me up?
Feel me
Make
up.
me feel young.
Make sure I don't have anything there.
Okay, the other update that I wanted was your sleep sitch with your Aura ring. Do you like it?
Yeah, okay. So I've gotten a lot of questions from everyone about this Aura ring, and finally
Okay.
I wanted to kind of like give a little debrief.
Spiel. Should I get one?
I think you should get one for sure. So the reason for me getting it was, okay, if we decide to have another kid, my periods were never regular.
Right.
I was always using the Flow app. And then I realized that the Flow app tracks with the Oura Ring together with
That's
your
smart.
temperature. So pre all of this, when I got pregnant with Arlo, I tried everything in the book. And the only thing actually that helped me in the end was tracking my temperature. Because then I
Interesting.
kind of knew, it kind of tells you if your temperature drops and goes up, and there's a whole like scientific thing about it, you've ovulated or you are pregnant now and continuing to be pregnant. If it drops down, you're like, okay, you're not pregnant anymore. It's your hormones. Which is
Okay.
pretty crazy that your temperature can control that. With the Oura Ring, if anyone's watching, this is what it looks like. It does it for you. So you wear it morning to night. You could swim with
Smart.
it. You could shower with it. You could do everything with it. It's a very fast charge. So if you want to shower without it, charge it. By the time you're out of the shower, it's
It's done.
charged fast. And it could last 3
Nice.
days without charging.
That's good.
I would highly recommend it. I know exactly when my periods are coming, and I know exactly when my periods are going to be delayed. Because if my temperature has not started dropping, and I know it's not anywhere near. And as soon as it drops, I'm like, wow, okay, period will
That's
be here in
really
like 2 days.
Interesting, because remember we had Nicole on the podcast
Yes.
like in season
Yes.
1 or 2.
Yes.
And she was like telling us about cycle tracking
That's
and all
exactly
that stuff.
what it does.
I think like it's back to this. Like this is good for tracking pregnancy. It's also good for tracking if you don't want to get
If
pregnant.
you don't want to get
like,
pregnant,
It's
yeah,
good information either way you go.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I like that.
when we do decide to have a third kid, I'm going to kind of know around when you're ovulating. When you're ovulating, it does like a big drop down. When you've ovulated, it tells you. And then as soon as you finish ovulating, your temperature shoots
You
up.
should post like a little like summary of
Like
like what
summary.
it looks like and how you can like
And
track it.
I will do that. And I was dying. It also tracks. So we went dancing at Kygo. And it literally tracked like dance. It goes by your heart rate. It tracks your sleep. It's like literally telling you how your body is working. So
I
the
need
next
one.
morning I woke up and they wanted to make sure that I was dancing all night because it was like dance, this many calories, how long we were doing it for, blah, 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 blah.
Wow.
So I thought it was so cool.
I have to tell you, my hips and
Kill.
like legs all hurt the
Yeah,
next
we're
day.
old.
Like actually hurt.
Yeah, we're old. We danced.
I
we
had to, like,
danced.
I had to sit like in
We
this,
danced all night long. It was amazing.
and then at one point we danced and we also peed. Like
Yeah.
when he came on and I got excited,
Peed.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
peed
Yeah.
my pants. It's great.
We're peeing our pants for you.
Don't wear
Kygo.
silk dresses anywhere
No.
that you have to. What am I going to do at a wedding? Fuck.
Underwear.
I have a lot of weddings.
Double it up. Put a tampon in. No, that's the
Jesus.
wrong hole.
Are you okay? I mean, okay. Okay.
Pretend I didn't say that part.
Yeah, just scratch, delete.
Okay, that's a good. Do you have anything else you want to share about?
I still don't have my
right now?
period.
That's fucked up.
And I did this like intensive.
I'm so curious if you got an Oura ring now, but it does take 3 months for it to like really track.
Figure me out.
They need you to get your period because that's when it starts like figuring out your cycle. I'm curious if you started wearing it now, where everything would go, and then if you got your period and see if it would track it.
I should get it now.
I really think you should
Oura
get
ring.
it.
Will you send me an Oura ring, please?
Send Jessie an Oura ring. We talk all about it.
Okay, so the other part of this episode that I wanted to chat about was our trips because we haven't updated everyone on our vacation. You went away to Florida for 3 weeks.
It was supposed to be 4.
Right, you were done. We'll talk about that. I went to California for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Both of us went, just us with our families.
Yeah.
You had some
I had my in-laws
help.
there. Yeah.
I was like full solo.
Yeah.
Full solo parenting, just me and Josh, which was
a lot.
But I wanted to just like talk about what trips are like, traveling with kids.
Let's do it.
Some funny stories.
Let's do it.
I don't know, whatever else, other stuff we have. Some people did have questions.
Okay, so we'll jump in.
Q&A.
Okay, so we'll jump into that. So firstly, I want to say the last time I traveled with 2 kids, Ace just turned 1. So now I was traveling with an almost 2-year-old and a 3.5-year-old. It was way easier.
Yeah, for sure.
It is way, way easier. Except I would never take that 6 a.m. flight.
I don't know why you took a 6 a.m.
Because my husband's
flight.
psycho. He's a psychopath.
That sounds awful.
So obviously I put the kids to bed earlier. So if you are doing a 6 a.m. flight, which I would not recommend ever, but if you have no other option, definitely the night before you put your kids an hour, 2 hours before because they'll get their full sleep if you're waking them up earlier.
Like
so at least
be at the airport at like 4.
At least your kids will be fine.
You won't.
But Adam didn't remember that I'm not fine. You're waking me up at 4 a.m. It's not like I'm going to sit by myself at the airport, turn on a show, fall asleep. Like you're on. You're on at 4 a.m. As soon as you wake up your kids, you're on.
Ugh.
The plane ride, Arlo was great. Ace was really like not fucking having it. Not having it at all. Like too early for him. Couldn't figure out if he was eating, not eating. We finally got there. Both kids were sick.
Great.
So I had to take them to the doctor. Great PTSD for me.
In the U.S.
In the U.S.
We're Canadian, have zero insurance
so
in the U.S.
$300 U.S. later for a 10-minute visit with the pediatrician for them to tell me that Arlo had hand, foot, and mouth. And there's nothing they can do about it. And Ace had just a bad cold. I was like,
that is my biggest pet peeve of going to the doctor is that you have to go with a high likelihood that they're going to give you no helpful tools and just tell you confirm that your kid is sick. Thank you for confirming that my kid is sick.
Which for type A mom like me, I need that validation to be like, okay, they're fine because my kids are always in the hospital. So I was like, please, like tell me like they're fine.
I get it. That makes sense.
But then it basically took a week. We put Ace in the toilet. If you guys were following
someone
us on
commented
Instagram.
on that one, being like, I would never put my kid where I shit. I'm like,
well, no one shot. No one shot there. We basically said this is a room and no one shot there. You can use a different toilet. But honestly, it was the most genius thing Adam came up with.
You have to.
Because putting them in the same room, I think at this age was too crazy because one's in a crib, one's in a bed. I think once they're both in a bed, go fucking
100%.
Enjoy yourself. I don't care if you kill each other in that bed. But crib, bed scared me, one jumping in, one jumping out. Honestly, though, once you got the groove, we had swimming, we had this. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
I cut my trip a week earlier. I was like, Adam, we're getting the fuck out of here. I'm ready for school. Like, it's a lot. Arlo does a nap. Ace napped, but like for an hour. It wasn't. So you're on all day long. And if the weather is not good, what the fuck are you doing with your kids in a condo all day?
It's a lot.
That's basically
we had
my update.
No,
on that.
I've actually heard someone about the travel years. They're like 0 to like 10 months is like a good window. It's like a 7 out of 10 travel day. 3.5, 3+, it's like a 10 out of 10 travel day because you could do iPad, snacks, whatever. But like that 1 to 2.5 is a nightmare.
It's really fucking
nightmare.
hard.
And Benny was like getting on the verge of that.
Yeah.
Like he was on the way down. He was still kind of, I don't know why, but I feel like when kids go on vacation, they age. Like they just like,
they do.
There's so much that they take in from the world that they like grow up.
Yeah.
Like we went on that trip with like a full baby and we left with way more of like a real kid with Benny. Like he's on the way home, the flight, I was like, he wanted to walk up and down the aisles, up and down, up
Yeah.
and down. I'm like, fuck me. It's
No
brutal.
sitting,
On
no
the way
nothing.
there.
So that's the hardest stage.
Yeah. But I had that blow up mattress thing that everybody
was
asked me
genius.
about. It was amazing. And then some people were like, the flights might not let you have that. I'm like,
just call
why?
them
You
in
can put a
advance.
seatbelt on.
Yeah. So just
It's just
call them in
another
advance in case.
But no, that was great. But going to California with 2 kids was like,
You're an animal.
was a lot.
Yeah.
And we were like solo and it was long days. But I will say that we did a lot of activities, which tired
did.
them out. Like
So they
as
were
much as
ready
it
to go to
tired me
bed.
out, it tired them out too. And like both of them napped in the days. Benny napped twice, Ziggy napped once.
Perfect.
Like they were fine to go to bed.
And then you guys got to
The
relax
getting
at
the-
night.
Getting the time change though under control
Yeah,
was
that's hard.
rough. Like we were up at 4 or 5 a.m. the first 3 days,
Yeah,
which
'cause
was
you have
like
to get used to it because it's what,
brutal.
7 a.m.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So it was bad. That was tough. And it was just like a long travel day to not have help, to like schlep there. And then, we stayed at an Airbnb. Well, we stayed at 5 different places.
That is also insane.
So I packed and repacked 5 different times. Packing cubes are your fucking,
I
like-
agree. We did packing cubes.
like
too.
I just started I did all their clothes in different packing cubes. And then as we were going, I would just like make laundry ones
Yeah.
and like not laundry ones and just
no,
keep
packing
rotating
cubes are
it.
very, very smart.
Save my life. But yeah, like it's a lot to be with kids, but it's also like,
It's so nice.
I also didn't, not that I didn't want to go with family. I
Right.
wanted to do a trip for us and do like our thing our way. And it was nice to take our first trip that was like, we didn't have to report to anybody. We didn't have to
You
go
were
to
on your
dinners with
time.
anybody. We could just do what we wanted, just us. And like, I don't know, like I find a lot of people go on vacation with their family and their friends, which is amazing. I do
but
want
you're
to
on
do
someone
that.
else's schedule.
But there's always a dinner and you have to work with this person. Like even his aunt and uncle came for a little bit and
Right.
it was like, we have to go with on their, not that we had to, we wanted to.
yeah, because they're there. You want
But,
to make
like-
sure everyone's happy with what you're doing.
But it was a reminder that like sometimes you just got to like do the trip for yourself
I agree.
and like just spend really, like we
Quality
spent quality time, like Disneyland, like just being in the condos alone, playing. But I will say it was a little young because Benny's at an exploration age.
Right. He wanted
And nothing was baby proofed.
Right.
Every fucking cupboard, this thing. We get to one
Everything.
hotel and there's like a rock feature with tiny pebbles and
You're like, he's going to
spiky
eat that.
cactuses. And I'm like,
We didn't
me.
think that
I
one
moved it
through.
all around.
Yeah, you have to.
I called him. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm moving all your shit. It's on the floor. Why would you put it on the floor? Like, even if you don't have kids, it's not even nice. It was
I'm going to come in and design that.
But yeah, so I think what was some of the like highs and lows of your trip or
Lowe's.
funny stories?
So Lowe's definitely, that 6 a.m. flight killed me. Like
And it
for
kills a
good,
whole
like,
day.
It kills a whole, it
Like
kills 2 days.
You're dead
It
the whole
kills 2
day.
days because by the time you're going to bed that night, you're
done.
still not waking up refreshed. You're
No.
exhausted. That was definitely a big low, but a big high was seeing the kids, because my kids now are an age where they're playing together.
Right.
Everything's together. They want to swim together. They want to do everything together. So
Very
a
cute.
high for me was seeing them enjoy themselves together, which is so crazy because yes, you have to watch them, not so much the 3.5-year-old. The 2-year-old, you have to watch that he's not doing stuff, but you can kind of sit back
Yeah.
on a couch and like let them like figure it out.
And I
So-
feel like on the beach too, like they can
So
play in the
cute.
beach. It's fun. Like Benny can't, like I'm really happy I didn't do a sand vacation
Yeah.
with Benny.
No, he would have been eating it.
He did.
Yeah, he'd
we
be
went to the
eating it.
beach like 2 times and he was black sand all, I'm like,
Yeah. No.
like
He's
he
too little
actually was
for that.
pooing sand.
That's disgusting.
It's really gross.
But that's, that would definitely be a high. And obviously, like spending quality time. Our kids are in both my kids are in daycare or
Yeah.
daycare nursery, whatever you want to call it. Like this was morning to night quality time spent.
Yeah. Like it's a double-edged sword, these vacations,
Yeah.
right? Because like it's exhausting and like there's a point in the day where you're just like, oh my God. But
Yeah.
then at the same time, it's like, oh my God. Like it's
Yeah.
both. Like you have that like peak
Yeah.
and it's tough.
But to me, I think the best would be 10 days. I think what we did was way too long. And now we're doing March break.
what are
My
you doing
friends
for
are like,
March
you're going
break?
back. I'm going back
To
We're
Florida.
going back to Florida.
Is
My
he out
parents
for
are going to be there this time. Are going to be there this time. So Adam and I will get like maybe 2 days here, 2 days there. My mom's going to take the kids.
That's nice.
But I said like 12 days max.
Yeah.
And if I know going in that like there's a end, which like 3.5, we were supposed to be there for 3.5 weeks or 4 weeks. Like there's no end to that.
Well,
That's a long
no,
time.
because I think also like at some point, your kids also want to be in a program of some kind.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
it's just-
bored.
it's a lot.
They're
like,
bored.
At least your kids had each other.
Exactly.
But like Ziggy can't play with Benny.
No.
Like at one point we went to this beach and there was like a playground, whatever, and there was other kids playing, and he just
wanted
made
to play
friends.
with the kids. Exactly.
Because he like, you are their favorite person,
Yes.
100%. But like at a certain point, at a 3.5-year-old is like,
No,
where
they
are my
want to play.
friends?
No, they want to play with kids.
So like that's where I'd say the vacation with friends is like real. Like
Yeah,
I
like
would
imagine
love to
Arlo
go
and Ziggy
to
would have been running
all
around.
inclusive,
That's my dream.
and they can do like the little dancing, like
that'd be
whatever.
so cute.
I would love that. That
Okay,
would be
we'll do
very-
it.
We should
We're
do
gonna
that
do it.
actually. I had like a couple rough days during the vacation. Like the weather was shitty. We were stuck inside. We weren't there for the fires, which
Thank God.
That
Yeah.
was fucked up.
Crazy. You just
Really
missed
fucked
that.
up.
You just missed that.
Yeah, just. But one day we had to pull over. We had a minivan, by the way, which I loved.
You would love a minivan.
I loved
So if you had a
it.
third kid, you're getting a minivan.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm a minivan for life, but I liked
I can kind of see you in a minivan.
I liked
now.
a vacation minivan, I will
Okay.
say.
There's
but-
just a lot of space.
A lot of space. It was
Yeah.
great. And we had like bags and suitcases and
for
scooters
sure
and
getting a
skateboards
minivan.
and whatever. It was busy. But so Benny has like a full fucking poo explosion everywhere. We had to pull over from the side of the road. Me and Josh were like fighting. We were tired, whatever.
Yeah.
We didn't like drink the whole time. So I was never like hungover or like
No.
whatever. I was just like genuinely
Tired.
exhausted. And next thing you know, Ziggy's like, "Look, Daddy, I drew on the car with a rock." The rental car.
What did he do? Like, what was Josh's reaction?
We're like, "Ziggy!" like freaking out. We're like, fuck. So we did, like, I was like, oh my God, we're going to get charged so much money. Scratch the whole car. Whole car. Like all
While
over
you
the
guys
door.
were changing Betty.
Yeah, and we just like weren't looking for like
Yeah.
a split second. I was like, oh, life. Anyway, we returned it.
With
We
nothing.
didn't say anything. And
All
they
right. Until
didn't
they
say
listen
anything.
to
I
your
don't know.
podcast.
Exactly. But like, fuck, I was like, there's like those moments where you're just like,
Fuck.
it's funny now, but in the moment you're just like, oh my God.
No, the whole day. You're just like, ugh, I know.
I also felt guilty because I was like, how much TV is too much TV?
I don't care. I threw that out of the wall. Like, don't even ask me. I don't care. I actually don't care.
From the way home flight, our flight was like 5.5 hours. I think from the moment he got on the plane till the moment we landed,
Same.
straight.
Same.
Didn't take a break.
No.
I think he maybe went pee once.
Same. Same. Well, mine was in the diaper, but same. Although didn't get up.
Right.
Didn't get up.
Oh, you put him in a diaper on the plane.
Of course. Yeah.
Well, the next time you won't. March
The
break,
next
you're
time I
not.
won't. No, I won't.
Right, because you're scared. You definitely do not want a poo explosion on the plane.
No.
God help you.
No.
Oh my God.
Okay, highs and lows. And now let's get into some of the questions
Okay.
that we got for traveling during the holidays, traveling not during the holidays if you're going next week. Any questions
it's
we
true.
got? So
How did you do? One thing that someone had was, how do you do like meals while you're away?
you
in
just
restaurants?
do. It obviously all depending on the kid's age. If they're little, like you just had Benny, but Benny's still eating food
Benny was
now.
tough
but
at the
younger,
restaurants.
yeah, for sure. Benny
was
is tough
really
at the
tough.
So I'll let you go first because
No,
my
like
kids are like eating
So the
They're
older
eating.
kids, it's easier. You to an iPad.
Yeah.
Benny, like we went to Nobu one night,
with Benny.
and we didn't have
Yeah.
a choice. We don't have a babysitter.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust anyone there. Like I don't
No,
know
no, no,
anyone.
no, no.
And literally, I think we ate in 3.5 seconds.
Because Benny didn't want to be there.
No, neither
Yeah.
of them wanted to be there. You're like in a nice restaurant. You're like irritating people. Shit's falling on the floor.
Yeah,
We
no,
bring
no.
stuff, which is
So
like
that age is really hard. Once they're over, honestly, Ace is 2. He's fine with the iPad, but still not the attention span of Arlo and
He's
Ziggy.
like 20 minutes.
He's like 20 minutes, iPad, and then he's sitting on me while I'm eating the rest of my meal.
Yeah.
Kind of
I
situation.
never really understood why, like, okay, you bring the kids food first, fine.
Yeah.
But then they're done eating
I
when
know,
you get your
but they're-
food.
They're starving.
Yeah.
They're starving. We do it every time. Any
Yeah.
restaurant we go to, if it's like, let's use pizza for an example, we sit down, we're like, a cheese pizza, please, as soon as possible.
Yeah,
Even
just
before we've
something.
ordered, just to like shut them up.
Something.
Yeah. But then, yes, you get into that routine of they're finished.
Yeah.
You just get your food, and Arlo will sit there and watch, and I'm sure Ziggy will also the whole time you're eating.
Yeah,
like, he
yeah,
doesn't
Ziggy's
care if there's an
fine.
iPad.
No.
But the younger ones, yeah,
I
that's
know.
tough with food. And then if they're baby, like put them in the fucking stroller, give them a pouch. I don't know what to tell you.
And I should have gone. I think Benny would. Benny hates food. I have to ask my
Pouches.
questions to that chick.
Pouches.
And he doesn't like anything. Nothing sweet.
Okay, that's
Very
for
weird.
another episode.
Yeah. Someone also said, like, how do you do the holidays with babies? I don't know.
I don't understand. What do you mean? How do you do?
I think it's like, how do you manage through the holidays with like little kids?
Like going to people's houses and all that. So you're way more lenient than I am. Maybe I've become less lenient once I've already had the second kid. For sure I have.
No, you were
like
very strict.
I was so strict. I'm an anxious person. I'm a type A, like all the above. Like I had nothing going for me with the first kid. Like nothing. It was, so I would like be like, no, I'm not coming. Like Ace has to nap, like blah, blah, blah. But like you got to do it. You got to adjust.
Yeah. I think
like we're going in 2 weeks to Lily Putt.
Yeah.
We're going. And I'm like, Ace usually naps at 12, but I'm going to take him home and he's going to nap at 1. And if he misses his nap, it is what it fucking is.
Yeah.
Like that's life. But if you ever asked me to do that when I had one kid, like it wouldn't, like, no.
I think the biggest thing
is be more like Jessie.
No, I think the biggest thing is like you think that like you want to do all these things with your kids. Like there's holiday plans, even like life plans, like going for meals, sitting on the couch, watching a movie, like in cozy winter. I'm like, that doesn't exist with kids. That's part of the reason why I took the vacation I took. Cause I was like, if I don't do something that aligns to like the stage of my kid's life, I'm going to go insane.
Yes.
Like, I can't sit in a house all day. And like my friend was saying the other day how she likes like the winter season because she likes to be cozy and bundle up and you know, do winter like homey things. I'm like, that doesn't exist with children.
No.
You'll go fucking insane because
like
there's
even
nothing
the weekends
to do.
when
Like
we're
there's
home.
nothing to do right now. Like it's annoying.
And if it's too cold, you're not taking them outside. So you're stuck indoors.
Right. So like I guess the thing with the holidays is like they've passed, but if you have your kids in general with you when they're off, like you have to just make them the priority and like tell other people to fuck off.
Yeah.
Politely.
Yeah. And if it works for you and if it doesn't, like that's on, you.
And then the other question we got that I thought was good was, how do you get back on track? Like you've now had your kids with you for let's say 10 days, 2 weeks, like they're off, even a weekend. Like how do you get them back on track after having just like been on vacation? Like
you just get them back on track. So for us, we came home, we had I think 2 or 3 days before school started again. You just get them back on track.
You go back to the schedule.
You go back to the schedule
Instantly.
that you had at home.
Yeah. That's
right away. Like, and I even told Adam, like, when we go for March break, I'm like, I want to come home from a Friday. And honestly, I like the 2 days before school started.
100%.
Because also your kids are so used to being with you that like, right away you turn around and you send them back to school. It's like at any age, for them, it's a lot. So the 2 days home, it's like, okay, we're home now. And then like, we're going to go to school on Monday.
We had stage 5 meltdowns going back to school. Like it was bad. Like he was clinging, screaming, like dropping him off from the first day of school 2 years ago. Like he was freaking the fuck out. He was used to
being with you guys every single day, morning to night.
Like it was bad.
Do you blame him?
No,
like I
it was really tough. But
you got to
just kind of have to power through. And like, you know, after a couple of days, like the teacher was like, he's happy, he's having fun with his friends, whatever. But like I also read somewhere that, which it really stuck with me, that it takes 7 days to break or make a habit.
Yes.
So if you are doing something and like you've been away for a long time, like it's gonna be a habit that you have to now break. The TV, it was really tough.
The TV was really tough coming back also.
Yeah. Like we watched a lot. It was a babysitter for us.
100%.
It was a full-on baby. Not
100%.
For Benny, the baby, but for the older kids.
100%.
But like you might have to break a habit if they've been with you for a long time. But know that it also only takes 7 days to break that habit. So after 1 week of being home and in your routine again,
he was fine.
He was fine. But you could tell he was crying and tired and off and whatever.
Well, he was used to it.
Back into a routine, he was feeling a little bit better. Yeah. So I don't know. That's
a good tip.
Only tip.
I like that tip.
Oh, the only last one I would say was like public meltdowns. How did you deal with that if you had them? Which I'm assuming you did.
I left them on the floor. I left them on the floor until they figured it out.
What was the worst place you had a public meltdown?
I think it was in the mall. I think we did it in the mall. And he was like, just like meltdown city, like sat on the floor, laid down. I was like, okay, great. You stay there. See you later. And they get scared.
Yeah.
This is where my power moves come in. I'm like, okay, see you later.
Bye.
They're not going to stay there.
No, obviously.
Well, mine won't. Some kids may, but mine won't. We got up chipper, ready to walk back with me.
I know. I always feel bad when they have the meltdowns because I'm like, I know you're tired.
Yeah.
I'm not Hired.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
You're tired. Like,
Sure.
go to bed. But you
Yeah.
got honestly, like, I hate the term scare your kids, but sometimes, like, in instances like that, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to. They can't control you. They can't
No.
control you.
No, you have to. My biggest lesson from that whole trip was like setting boundaries. And I actually like would say it out loud to him. And I'm like, I am setting a boundary with you. Do not push me.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah. No,
And
it
he's
makes
like
sense.
freaking out. And he's like starts to like repeat the words after me.
Boundary.
No, the best one lately was I'm like, Diggy, you can watch your show on one condition, that you get one episode. I'm putting the timer on and then it's done. And then he comes up to me a day later. I want to watch my show on one condition.
The timer.
I was like, no, he doesn't repeat. He doesn't finish the sentence. He doesn't
on one
understand what the condition is. He's like, I want to watch it on the one condition. I'm like, that's not okay. Clearly, I did not get through to you, so we're not going to use that one anymore.
But that timer is genius.
I know.
I still use the timer.
I need to. It's like, no, because now he negotiates with me. Can I watch a half an episode, a full episode?
Oh, I still get 5 minutes. Ace looks at me every day. 5 minutes? Ace, we're going for about 5 minutes. Everything's 5 minutes. Everything's a blue car or 5 minutes. That's where we're at right now.
Okay, well, I think that was everything.
That was great.
Hope you guys had good vacations or
Hope you had a
trips
good
with your kids.
vacation. Hoping this week's going to be amazing, and we will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.